Hi guys, it's Bunny and welcome to today's video and welcome to another WWE reaction. I have already done a video related to AEW and how WWE is actually destroying it right now. So like it's some type of a downfall video. If you are interested in checking that one out, click here. Actually, you can't click on annotations anymore live, but I will leave a link in the description for that video. However, I want to expand more on the same topic with AEW. I have seen that WrestleMania did a video 6 days ago and it's called AEW Just Ended Itself. Full regret WWE reaction to AEW, CM Punk, Triple H, wrestling news. So let's see what's going on and what is the future of AEW.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back. What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at the most controversial episode of AEW Dynamite, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including why AEW just ended itself, why this was not a good idea, will Ospreay takes a shot at Triple H, AEW looks to have regret ever doing this, WWE's reaction backstage, a WWE star still not signed, WWE scaling back sets, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and oh boy, the downright ugly. Yeah. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Swerve Strickland and Joe Heat. AEW is doing many things wrong, but not for its build-up for Swerve Strickland versus Samoa Joe. Last night's brawl between Swerve and AEW World Champion turned up the heat in their already sizzling program, adding anticipation for their clash at Dynasty. Number 2, Jericho Hook's storyline takes a twist. While Jim Ross wasn't around to say
I would literally love to be able to catch up on all the storyline in AEW as well as WWE. I literally am in Raw and SmackDown and I'm following the best storylines, but like for example NXT I'm missing out and everything about AEW because I'm literally trying to catch up, but it's almost impossible to be active on all of these and check out all of these while still creating daily videos, creating content to Patreon, streaming on Twitch, and having a life.
Like business is about to pick up on the ongoing storyline between Hook and Jericho. Hook may crash on takeoff if things continue like they did this week when a mistake cost Jericho Hook and Shibata after Shibata missed his opponent and leveled the Ocho. Judging from the match's finish, Hook may opt to team with Shibata instead of Jericho, and this could even turn out to be a ploy by one or both wrestlers to embarrass Jericho. Number 3, Julia Hart, a beacon of hope. Julia Hart is a rare beam of light in AEW's otherwise bleak women's division.
Looks like a girl.
Promos and ring work are entertaining and she's must-see television, a rarity in both women's division and AEW itself.
I love her style.
Although Julia Hart is too young to be leading
Oh my god, how old is she? Like, this is crazy. She looks like a child. Is it just me? Like, I'm sure she's not a kid. She would not be able to do this, but still.
AEW's women's division, she continues to show that it's only a matter of time before she does. And an exciting ride.
My gosh,
Penta Zero versus Adam Copeland was an exciting ride that, dare we say, had AEW fans on the edge of their seats. While Penta is best known for his tag team work, AEW has established him as a viable singles competitor, so this was a match where Penta was presented as a threat, even if fans knew AEW was unlikely to take the title off Copeland so soon. That was a good. What about the bad? It's number 1, the whisper bit has to go. What did Trent Beretta whisper to Chris Statlander backstage? Well, who cares? Once again, professional wrestling has found a way to take a clever idea, creating suspense by showing a wrestler whispering into another wrestler's ear.
Oh yeah, this is literally what happened with Rock and Cody Rhodes, like before WrestleMania. I almost said WrestleMania because it's a WrestleMania video. In WrestleMania, he was like whispering in his ears and everybody was like, what is he saying? And like basically he told him that he's gonna wreck him backstage, and it happened. But then he did get destroyed in WrestleMania, so doesn't matter. By Undertaker. Booyah!
To the ground by using it over and over again. Number 2, AEW's Brody King conundrum. Brody King is apparently ready to take Adam Copeland's TNT Championship. The problem is that while King has all the goods to be a top star, size, look, and in-ring ability, his continued portrayal as one of AEW's many big men jobbers makes it impossible to take him as a threat to Copeland. Number 3, another worthless show. Last night's show was an example of how AEW can take advantage of a hook. Here, AEW likely hoped it could attract lapsed fans and new fans with the promise of the CM Punk footage and get them in to check out the AEW product. Unfortunately, the majority of last night's show was as disappointing as the Punk footage turned out to be. Last night's show was another forgettable edition of Dynamite, and even worse, AEW is so desperate to have you wonder if they booked Dustin Rhodes vs Samoa Joe to capitalize on Cody's recent big win at WrestleMania. That was the good and the bad. What about the downright ugly? It backfired badly. AEW did it. The promotion, which has been in a downward spiral for the last 18 months, finally achieved its version of the finger poke of doom by airing the footage of CM Punk's backstage altercation with Jack Perry at last summer's All-In pay-per-view. Airing the footage seemed like a bad idea, but AEW found a way to make it even worse by trying to turn it into an angle to build up the Bucks vs FTR match at Dynasty. Having the Young Bucks insinuate FTR was behind the Punk Perry incident as a ploy to gain an edge over them at All In was absolutely asinine.
Wow.
Actually, this move was worse than the finger poke of doom, and seems more like a combination of that and the dreadful decisions that led to David Arquette and Vince Russo becoming WCW champion. After this, it's clear that WWE is in a new era, while AEW is in a WCW era. What did you guys think of AEW Dynamite last night? Let us know in the comments down below.
I don't know.
Now let's move on to the news.
I wish I can catch up. Oh my god, the news. This transition is so scary. In your face.
Our first story looks at AEW just ended itself.
Yeah,
on top of
why
today's
do you
news
say
is the
that?
fallout from Tony Khan's decision to air the backstage footage from the dust-up between Punk and Jack Perry at last summer's All-In pay-per-view. In case you missed it, the footage, which has no sound, shows Punk confronting Jack Perry.
You already
Punk
said
shoves
that.
Perry twice and then takes him down briefly before Punk is separated. No footage was shown to verify or debunk AEW's president Tony Khan's claim that he felt his life was in danger. Dave Meltzer was reporting on some of the fallout from AEW airing the footage, saying, I asked around and the basic thing was like, look, it's over and done with this bad chapter in the history of AEW, and it's over, and no point when he can say whatever he wants. Who cares? There was a couple of people who were going like, Adam Page never got to answer back and won't and will never answer back because he doesn't want to be whatever. But most people just like, we're over it. It's not part of our lives. It's not part of our company. Forget about it. They discussed what they heard from people in AEW. Now here, as soon as Tony Khan did that, then I started to hear from people, and it was like people who were just really frustrated, going like, now it's back, you know, the whole thing is back, and there's this thing that have happened. People have been made to look bad now, and they can't answer back. And because you don't want to, you know, it opened up a wound that needed to be closed. They need to move past this. This doesn't do AEW any good.
Exactly.
I mean, if I'm Punk, I'm laughing about it. Honestly, I'm laughing about it. It's likely
honestly, I just feel like they're trying to cash on CM Punk's success and what is going on in WWE. Like, what is the point of this? Now, what is the point of this? Like, probably, as he said, like, for a storyline, but it doesn't add up. Especially for someone like me, who's not into it. Like, I don't know what's going on. Why would you do something like this?
Give more ammunition for the WWE and Punk to level AEW in the media. The WWE blasted AEW in the press during WrestleMania week and may be thinking how to spin this to its advantage. Punk even took to Instagram to post this right after AEW Dynamite. He definitely is just laughing about this. Next up, Tony Schiavone's reaction. How did Tony Schiavone feel about AEW airing the Punk footage? Or footage has surfaced showing Tony sitting at the announce desk, and he doesn't look thrilled when AEW cut to the footage segment. He's definitely having some PTSD from those WCW days. In fact, he did this same reaction at Bash at the Beach 2000, so you definitely know what he was thinking about this segment. Next up, WWE's reaction backstage to the CM Punk footage. Now, there has been a recent update on what the WWE actually thought about the promo. This is thanks to Fightful Select, who reported that within WWE there were plenty of people talking about the situation, but most we spoke to were exhausted after the insane WrestleMania week. We heard no particularly surprised reactions or anything that happened that anyone didn't expect. CM Punk is not getting punished, scolded, or anything of like within the company. There were a few wrestlers who considered the video of a cell phone, and others who said that they simply didn't care and watching out of curiosity. They also mentioned that a wrestler who's been both in WWE and AEW said that there was no worse than anything that happened during the Monday Night War era. Next up, no, this was not a good idea. If you consider social media as a valid measurement of public opinion, it appears that many fans feel that it was a mistake to run this footage. Even fans claiming to be AEW diehards seem to be confused as to what the purpose was to air the footage. Many of these comments discuss how the footage did nothing to dispute Punk's account of things, and while it seems to show Punk being the aggressor, Punk never denied this. In fact, even the live reaction from the crowd in AEW had CM Punk chants after it. That's when you know that things couldn't be as bad as they could possibly be. Dave Meltzer weighed on this decision to run the video. I don't think it was a good idea. I never did think it was a good idea, but I thought, look, you gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. See what happens.
See, yeah,
Meltzer
see
pointed
what
out
happens.
how airing the footage quickly bit AEW in its backside. Here's the thing, later in the show when fans were chanting CM Punk, it was like, well, this one sure backfired. You don't want people chanting the name.
Oh my god, they're literally chanting the name of someone who is not even in the company anymore. And that backfired completely. Like, why would you even, like, honestly, you guys, it's like such a cheap move. Like, imagine you have an ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. Might be hard for some of you out. Just kidding, I love you guys. But like, imagine like you have an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, and then you're like done with the drama, done with the shiz, and she like goes publicly talking about you again for attention, even though like you moved past it, found another more awesome girlfriend. Like, you're happy, you know. What is going on? Like, literally like that.
As someone from another promotion during your show, and sometimes it's gonna happen and you just can't avoid it, but this was one you brought on yourselves. Next up, dark days ahead. 2024 was supposed to be the year that AEW turned things around, and while AEW dug a huge hole for themselves thanks to its bad booking, the company's recent slew of signings of top free agents like Will Ospreay, Okada, and Mercedes Moné suggested some hope. However, this footage flop just erased any goodwill AEW had with its fans and its locker room. AEW has dug a hole for itself it may not be able to escape from. Considering just how badly this has already turned out, one has to wonder if anything can be done to save AEW, and at one point, Shad Khan takes the keys away from Tony Khan. Next up, Will Ospreay takes a shot at Triple H. Ironically, AEW's airing of the All-In footage occurred the same night as Will Ospreay showed how to roast the competition with a promo. Ospreay took time during his interview with Renee Paquette to respond to Triple H's recent remarks that WWE doesn't want to hire wrestlers who aren't willing to endure the WWE grind. Helmsley didn't name names, but fans took his comments as a shot against wrestlers who claimed they had signed with AEW due to the lighter schedule. Ospreay told Renee,
I mean, it might be a lighter schedule, and like now it's Triple H though in the business, it's not Vince McMahon, but I'm sure a lot of people who left and went with AEW was because of how much they had to work, how much they put their life on the line for the company, and they weren't treated as well. Maybe they were not even paid as much as AEW was paying, at least for their biggest stars out there. So yeah, if you are not appreciated by a company, people move on, and there is no shame in that.
That I'm afraid of the grind, and I'll be honest, I have no idea where this conversation has come
That's
from.
mean though,
I'm
right?
one of the only guys that
it's mean for a company to go and say, oh, the only reason you moved on from WWE is because you are not as professional as someone else is. Like, there is multiple of reasons why someone would leave. That should not be the only reason.
Traveling every single week to the UK and America, 8-10-hour flights every single week, and I'm delivering one of the best professional wrestling matches this world has ever seen, bruv. But he wasn't through though, he loaded with some haymakers. And normally I wouldn't rise to this type of bait, but seeing as the guy that said it is only in the position he's in because he was grinding on the boss's daughter, you're in no position to tell me what the grind is all about.
Woo! Woo! Okay, alright, kinda true. We gotta agree, it's kinda true. But also, he was grinding, like really working hard and putting his life in danger multiple occasions. Like, in my opinion, Hell in a Cell matches, I would always see Triple H in the older ones. Him getting injured the most, you guys. Like, he puts his body on the line. Like, that's why today we cannot see him anymore on the in the ring, because he cannot do it anymore.
About my friend, because you have no idea what I fight for. So let this be a painful jab back and a gentle reminder that you do not throw stones at an assassin with a machine gun. While fans differ on whether promotions should take TV or pay-per-view time to criticize the competition, Ospreay's interview is an example of how to blast a rival in a way that exposes their weaknesses and plays to your strengths. That's something the CM Punk footage did neither of. Next up were the Young Bucks and Will Ospreay opposed to the promos though. A new report suggests that the Bucks and Will Ospreay didn't come up with the idea for the respective promos against Punk and WWE, or rather Triple H. PW Torch's Wade Keller is reporting, regarding the Bucks, I've been checking with people in AEW and I've been told that this was not something that the Bucks were in favor of doing. It wasn't their idea, it was Tony Khan's idea that he wanted this out there. As for Ospreay, Keller commented, I'm also told that this was an idea presented to Ospreay. I don't know about Ospreay's enthusiasm for it or against it, but it wasn't something he did on his own. He didn't wing it, it was something that hours before the interview took place was proposed to him. That's what I'm hearing from AEW. While Keller's story hasn't been confirmed, it's not a good sign for AEW if it turns out to be true. Next up, AEW looks to have regret this decision.
Tony,
Now it seems
Tony,
that AEW is making
Tony.
copyright infringement claims against anyone who airs the footage, including the MMA Hour's Ariel Helwani, who tweeted, "Not very nice. Some lawyer out of Jacksonville got my account locked momentarily and DMCA'd the video I posted, which contained CCTV and interview footage from my show. Just felt like the CCTV needed some narration, you know? Anyway, here's Punk's seemingly very accurate PvP. Not only that, but they even cut the video out in their own video on YouTube. A video that has more dislikes than likes. Next up, a WWE star still not signed. As Drew McIntyre signed a new deal with WWE. Well, not according to Fightful Select, which reports there are plans for McIntyre in the company and they plan on retaining him. It's believed that McIntyre is confident he can succeed wherever he works, but even though his contract is ending soon, they don't seem to think that McIntyre will leave.
No, they are not letting McIntyre leave. Not now that his storyline is getting heated even more with CM Punk and getting his championship back. Like no. Nah, you are not gonna do that. McIntyre is a force and he deserves to be on one of the top players. So I don't think if the company, oh my god, they would do such a stupid move if they let him go. I don't think that's gonna happen.
WWE scaling back sets. Last but not least is the WWE changing up its sets for live events like Raw and SmackDown. That's a report coming from PWInsider.com saying the SmackDown and Raw setup seen over WrestleMania weekend will be the norm going forward as a way to roll back certain aspects of production in favor of packing more fans into the arenas.
Oh, come
Even
on.
MSG will feature the smaller production setup for
I
the 28th
like
June.
the entrance with the big thing. Like now you have it like you squeeze them into like a small area to get out of, just to have like a couple more seats. You greedy bees. Come on. Seriously? Don't take away the epicness.
He will feature the smaller production setup for the 28th June SmackDown taping. There may be exceptions to this, but this will be one of the changes as part of the Endeavor era. The WWE has been selling out many of its recent Raw and SmackDown shows, so it's no surprise that Endeavor will want to maximize ticket sales, even if it means adjusting the show sets.
I don't like that.
There you have it, folks. How we'll look at Dynamite.
Oh, no. Okay, let's see what the comments are saying. Tony Khan is going to make Edge go out there live and praise AEW again. Oh no. CM Punk unintentionally becoming the top draw in both companies at the same time. Oh my god. And he's not even wrestling, guys. Do you understand that? He's commentating right now. How is this guy capable of doing so much? He's such a legend. Jericho out there looking like Hook's shirtless grandfather. No, you know what he reminded me of? I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to sound mean, but it kind of reminded me of a Thor Endgame era at the start when he was like, you know, yeah, I don't know. But it's age, guys. Come on. He's still working hard. Like, you cannot expect him to look the way he looked before. AEW is more obsessed with WWE than Drew McIntyre is with CM Punk. I literally agree with this comment because look how many times AEW is quoting, mentioning, like butting WWE into whatever promotion and whatever storyline they have. While I didn't hear one thing from WWE about AEW. Not on the live shows, not on the promos, not from the players, the wrestlers, like nothing. And this is the thing, even a bad promotion is a good promotion. That's like number one in business. If you are trying to mention a company in a bad name or a bad state, you are still mentioning the company. You are still bringing that company, like the attention to that company. Even if it is a bad attention, it's still attention. So the best thing AEW should do is like literally just split completely and never mention WWE ever again. And like get yourself your own wrestler, get yourself your own unique thing going on and move on. Such an ex-girlfriend. Okay, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and see you in the next video. Bye.